more on the situation in Libya. We're joined by Mattia Toaldo, Northern African Specialist at the European Council on Foreign Relations. Good to have you on Arise News. Let's just start with today's new news, the fact that Turkish Airlines has suspended flights in and out of Libya. What effect is that going to have on the people there?
Well, previously there were very few ways to get into Libya, and now there are even fewer ways to get in and out of Libya. I believe the situation is even worse than that of Iraq in terms of daily life. They don't have airlines flying in, they don't have a US embassy, there is no UN mission, they don't have a functioning international airport at the moment, so it's very bad.
We saw in the report there that there are lots of factions fighting. So I know it's a complicated situation, but who is fighting whom and for what? Are they looking for control of the whole country?
At the moment, they're looking especially for control of oil sources. And so the fighting has centered along oil fields and oil ports, and also for the control of the capital in Tripoli and of Benghazi, which is the second largest town in the country. But actually, the fighting has spread to all over the country. And I wouldn't fear calling it a civil war now.
The UN mission to Libya has tried to bring the warring factions together to negotiate for about a month now, but those talks have been postponed twice. Why is that? What are the stumbling blocks, and will they ever talk?
Well, the different factions now believe that they can have the upper hand militarily, so they're not interested in dialogue and politics at the moment. Both think they're the only legitimate authority in the country. Both think they have their international links, so they don't see the point of sitting at the table and having dialogue and doing power sharing.
And where is the Libyan government in this? Does Libya have a functioning government that can exercise control across the country? It doesn't even have a constitution, does it?
Well, it has a constitutional declaration which was drafted during the civil war in 2011. Now I should say the previous civil war. And no, it doesn't have a functioning government at the moment, because the internationally recognized government sits in Tobruk, but the ministries and the government agencies, the National Oil Company, the central bank, they're all sitting in Tripoli, which is thousands of kilometers away. So no, there is no functioning government.
I mean, to what extent is this really a microcosm of the tussle that's going on across the Middle East? You've got the Tobruk government being backed by the anti-Islamist countries like Egypt, for example, those in Tikrit being backed by pro-Islam. You know, is this really in the centre of a struggle that's going on across the whole region?
Yeah, although I would say that there is a manipulation of the regional struggle by Libyan actors. The struggle between these factions was there already during the fight against Gaddafi, and now it has emerged. Of course, thanks to the regional struggle, they can have weapons and political support, which they couldn't enjoy 2 years ago.
OK, Mattia Toaldo from the Northern African Specialist at the European Council on Foreign Relations, thank you for joining us.